Matt Crossfield here with Golf Online, answering more of your questions. John on Facebook asks, I see coach does a quick stretch, then hit. What's the right way to start a round? I see pros 2 hours before tee time warming up. Good question. You've got to find a system that works for you. The reason you'll see me and coach not really warming up before many of the rounds we play is because we're filming. So what happens is we've often travelled to that destination on that day, which is often a 4-hour drive if anyone watches us, or a plane flight or what have you. We're then jumping on the tee with cameras, there's golfers around, and we've got to move quite quick because when you're filming around a golf, it does take a bit longer. You've got to walk to each shot basically with the camera, so it does take a bit more time. So we're keen to kind of push on and keep up the pace with the rest of the players. When I was competing professionally, I would always turn up to a course at least 2 hours before. I'd want an hour to an hour and a half hitting balls, practicing, chipping, getting my card, making sure I know any local rules, getting the feel. I used to like watching the first tee. I used to love putting greens near the first tee. I'd get on there for half an hour, putt, watch tee shots off the first tee. What happens is you're not feeling the wind quite well, or there's a hidden wind because there's a big tree bank and you can't really see the wind on the first tee. You keep seeing these people hitting drives and cutting off into the right, out of bounds in the rough, and you learn from it. So I would do that as well. So getting there as early as possible is a good thing. The other thing you've got to bear in mind nowadays is people are always complaining that they haven't got enough time. If you're playing for 4 hours, 5 hours, then you're there 2 hours before. Really, have you got that spare time? You've got to make sure it works for you, your family, your life, those kind of things. Professional golfers, they don't have their family 9 times out of 10 around with them when they're playing in these events. They're at work, so they do what is needed, turn up the appropriate time, make sure they're warm and loose, and they're playing for lots of money. I literally warm up nowadays for kind of 10-15 minutes before I play. I do more stretching kind of dynamic exercises than I do swinging clubs now. I also found recently, which I think is quite interesting, I can hit balls on the range for an hour. So the odd occasions where I have warmed up fully, first iron shot on the first, I feel totally different than I felt on the range, and it's a completely different strike. So I often find making sure my body is stretched, certainly the back of my legs, down the back of my legs, and dare say it, the old glutes being nice and activated. That allows me to feel much more relaxed on a golf course than just knowing I've swung 100 shots or 208 irons or what have you. Hope that helps. Find what works for you. Use it within your life plan. Let me know what does work for you. Post comments down below as always. Thanks for the question.